Good. How are you this morning? Good. All right, folks. I'm live. Day 29. And we're heading out for a 2-mile walk. If you're joining or watching the replay, I appreciate that. Yeah, a wild hair on my mustache this morning. It's about 7:15. It is 57 degrees out this morning. Got a sweatshirt on. Ed, how are you doing today? Good to see you in here. Good morning. A little chilly this morning. I looked, it was 57 degrees this morning. Got a sweatshirt on to stay warm. Still wearing shorts. But "29 days in a row doing this." It's been great doing it. I definitely love doing this. Come out here, get a good walk in the morning, and chat with some people. Google's says hi, hello. I'm cool. Oh, thank you. How are you, Googles? Just subscribe. Fantastic. Love it. Mainly is here. How you doing this morning, Mainly? This is my 29th day out here. 56 and foggy there. Yeah, it's 57 here, so. Figure you do your morning check-in. I appreciate that, Mainly. Yeah, I had to break out a sweatshirt this morning. It's so pretty. Good morning. Hi, I'm Sud. Might go live later, do some fishing with my boys. All right. What is that? Magdalena. Welcome into my live stream. Got all kinds of people coming toward me. Yeah, cobweb. Morning, guys. You off work today mainly? Had some time to go fishing. That's cool. No deer yet today. Good morning.
Yeah, right.
I quit bringing apples because I was tossing them out. I hadn't seen a deer since I started throwing apples out there. So, you're working? Okay. Yeah, I was bringing apples every day, tossing them out there, and I wasn't seeing any deer. So, I've been throwing them out in my backyard. Hopefully I can get them, attract them into my backyard. Yesterday, I was real conscious of my time out here. I walked the 2 miles in like 35 minutes. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I walked the 2 miles in 35 minutes and made the whole thing back home in under 40, which I was thinking was pretty good. So I hadn't really, clocked myself that accurately in the past. It did yesterday. Good morning. I did yesterday and looked it up this morning, and they said that a 65-year-old man should be able to walk it in 30 to 40 minutes. So I made it in 35, so guess I'm doing okay. Need a camera in the backyard. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, I'm thinking that the deer out here on the trail were just kind of hiding off in the woods, waiting for me to throw the apples out, and then they'd come out. I don't know. I'll probably start seeing them again now that I don't have apples with me. I get deer in my backyard. One of my first videos I ever posted was a deer in my backyard. A little short video. And so I'll see them. I know they'll come. I mean, I still see them every once in a while going through the backyard. Yeah, squirrels like apples too. Yeah, I do definitely have squirrels, so I'm sure the squirrels will be eating them too. Good morning. Yeah, yesterday was the first day I did not bring apples with me. I'm sure that the deer were watching me walk by, and it's like, what the hell, dude? Where's our breakfast? Good morning.
It's good out here.
Yes, it does. Oh, man. I was hoping to do something different on day 30, which is tomorrow, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Just walk a different trail or do something different. So let's see. Leaves are starting to change colors already. Yeah. That's the thing down here is you don't get a lot of changing colors. A lot of evergreen stuff down here in Georgia. I got a big oak tree in my yard. Obviously it'll change colors, but it doesn't. It's still losing leaves in December, so last time I cut grass was on Thanksgiving Day and grass was still growing. Good morning. And yeah, I went up to Ohio for a little bit around Christmas, and when I came back, yeah, there was all kinds of leaves on the ground. I had to rake leaves when I got back. You have a white oak. Doesn't lose its leaves until spring. Wow. Yeah, I had a house up in Ohio. Matter of fact, I still own it. It's a rental property now, but it's got a bunch of oak trees around it, and it was really inconvenient because it didn't start really losing leaves until it got cold and rainy up there. So I'd end up out there in the cold and rain raking leaves. It's on 1 acre of land, and I don't know how many trees, 10, 12 trees, something like that, and big, huge, mature oak trees. So a lot of leaves. A lot of winters I did not get all the leaves raked up. Oh, they change colors, but they don't lose the leaves. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure very shortly I'm gonna have to start these walks around 7:30. it's just going to be too dark. Neighbors have a maple and it has a ton of leaves. Have to keep mulching until mid-November. Yeah. That's what I try to do, especially down here since it's warmer, is I just run them over with the lawnmower and chop them all up. Last year I bagged a bunch of them up and started a compost heap. And yeah, between coffee grounds and eggshells, banana peels, and all the leaves I chopped up, yeah, I got a pretty good bunch of compost. Leo, good morning. Welcome in. We are hitting the 1 mile point in my walk. And we are here. Boom. And start our way back. Still got the moon up there. Got some cooler weather up here, Leo. Like 57 degrees this morning. I got a sweatshirt on to come out here for my walk. A little chilly. A little chilly. Ellie, hello, how are you? Moon was just full on Sunday. Okay. Morning. Oh, 74 there today. Got lots of rain yesterday. Ellie, where are you? If it's night for you. I'm guessing the other side of the world. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay. That's cool. My nephew went to Australia once. Something to do with high school. When he was in high school, he got a chance to go. So the start in Australia, is it it can be so hot? Is it beginning to be springtime there? Yeah, you're opposite of us. I'm in Georgia in the US. Okay, yeah, it is close to spring. I guess officially not yet, but until toward the end of the month it'll be fall here. September 21st. Yeah. Well, Ellie, I come out here for walks. This is my 29th day in a row of taking these walks. It's just a walking trail. It's more or less right behind my house. I kind of walk around the block to get to it, but come out here every morning. It's 1 mile one direction. I turn around and walk back. So I walk 2 miles plus the distance between the trail and my house. And I've been doing it now. This is my 29th day of doing it. I'm 65. It's been good to get out and get the exercise in. I can feel myself as I'm talking. I can feel myself slowing down my pace. But yeah, it's good to get the exercise in. Good for my head. Get me started in the morning. A lot better than just sitting around drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes, which is what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this, because I am a smoker. Been smoking for over 50 years. You could never do 29 days straight. Yeah, Ed, we see all kinds of different wildlife out here. I had been seeing a bunch of deer, and or deer just about every day. So I started bringing apples out, tossing apples out into the woods for the deer. And since I started doing that, I haven't seen any deer. So I quit bringing them. I got a feeling they're sitting up in the woods wondering why I'm not bringing them breakfast anymore. We'll see you guys later. It's a pretty nice trail. I see pretty much the same people every day out here walking. Nice and peaceful. It's clean. Every once in a while I'll see some trash on the trail and I'll pick it up. You got trash cans all along the trail. But just kind of show you a little bit better view of what I'm seeing as I'm walking. Lots and lots of woods. This is normally where I see the deer. It's right through here. Yeah, the trail follows along right down in there. There's a creek or drainage ditch. All the drainage from the town comes down through here. And but yeah, it follows right along that creek. And the creek runs right behind my house. That's basically the property line on the back of my house. The creek, my yard, the creek, and then the property for this trail. So Stratoflex, hello. I think I've seen you in here before. Stratoflex, welcome back. We are on day 29 of walking the trail. Nice little 2-mile hike. It's been pretty enjoyable. Yeah, these people here I see all the time. Good morning.
Dog training.
Sounds good. Don't really have time for walks, and I sadly live in the city, so don't have much trails like this. Okay. Yeah, that's the nicest thing about this is how convenient this trail is for me. Like I said, it's right behind my house, so I just walk out around the block. I can't go through my backyard to the trail, but if my yard was cleared up a little bit, I could. But that hasn't happened yet, so. Bye-bye. Sorry, I'm watching for deer. Yeah, Eli or Ellie, I don't know which one it is, but if you look at my channel, I've got some content on there, a bunch of different videos. Mainly it's just been these live streams lately, but I got videos on there, a playlist of videos of me starting to clean up my yard, how overgrown the yard is, and then I started cleaning up some of it. I need to finish up a cleanup and video it, and then get it edited and get it up. I haven't posted a real video other than these live streams in over 2 weeks now. So, but yeah, check out my channel, see what you think. Got a trip I took to Savannah, Georgia. Playlist from that, including the park where the movie Forrest Gump, where he's sitting on the park bench. Yeah, the scene, or the park where that scene was shot. Park bench isn't there anymore, but it's right there in that park. So Savannah's a pretty cool town. Trails like that are about a mile away, and it follows a highway. Not good views. Okay. All right, Ellie, appreciate you checking it out.
Good one, bro.
You too. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, up in Ohio, there's a bunch of trails. I've talked about them before. It's called Rails to Trails, and it's like decommissioned railroad tracks. And they paved them. Obviously took up the railroad tracks, paved over them, and they're trails now, walking and biking trails. Yeah, they're more for bicyclists. Yeah, and that's the way these are. I have a house up there in Ohio. It's north of Dayton, Ohio, about 25-30 miles north of Dayton. But there's a trail there in town that you can get on. You can ride all the way down to downtown Dayton and beyond. And it's just the old railroad tracks that used to run through those towns. So it's kind of cool. I know where I live, but he worked in Dayton, and he used to ride to work. Take him about 2 hours to ride his bike to work in the morning. Yeah, you don't see a lot of, on this trail, you don't see a lot of bicycles. They won't allow motorized vehicles on it at all. But just don't see a lot of bicycles. See one every once in a while. Yeah, that's the creek / drainage ditch we've been walking alongside of, and that's completely dry because there hasn't been any rain in a while. So pretty much this trail runs between two parks. There is a park at the start of it, and then a park at the other end. So it's pretty cool. Do I edit my own videos? I do, yes. I shoot my videos so that I don't have to edit much. And actually I have a playlist about that, or a video about that. I think My YouTube Journey or something like that is the playlist. But I got some videos up there about, you know, starting a YouTube channel at the age of 65. One of them is about shooting the videos so you don't have to do much editing. The trail here runs almost 40 miles. Oh, okay, cool.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, you too. I forget what you said your name was.
Pete,
Pete?
you're Dave.
Yeah. I remember your dog's name, but sadly I didn't remember yours.
Everybody remembers it.
Well, I'm from Ohio and I live close to a town called Sydney, so it was easy for me to remember. All right, Pete, take care. Yeah, I've seen him almost every day while I'm out here on the trail, and we just introduced ourselves by name just the other day, but I couldn't remember his name. I could remember his dog's name. Joe is here. Good morning, Joe. Came in just, oh, Walker Pete. Came in just in time for sunrise services, Joe. There it is. All right, look at that. Can't see me. Ain't that purty? Ain't that purty? That's another thing we used to see all the time. Every day I used to see a crane down here in this creek. Haven't seen him lately either. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Walk out here in the middle of the street like normal YouTubers do to get the shot. Yeah, it's blue heron. Is that what it was? I think you're right. Maybe he went further south or something. Don't blame him. Amen. Sunrise services are complete. We got the Jehovah's Witnesses up here, so we can continue them if you'd like. Your son fishes by you and he calls the heron Steve. Okay, kind of like my spider named Dave. You guys have a good day.
All right now.
Did you guys know, and I'm not gonna, this is not a criticism. not a criticism at all, and I'm not going to get into religion and talking about religion, but you know that the Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Christmas? They believe in Jesus Christ, but they don't celebrate Christmas. That just struck me as odd. Dave, when you get back to Ohio, people are going to say you're from the South with your accent. Yeah, I know. Well, where I'm from, there's a lot of people from that their heritage is from Appalachias. So a lot of people there have Southern accents. Not as strong as it is down here in Georgia, but I know I've picked up some slang, or somewhat of a Southern drawl, I guess. You celebrate Christmas but have no religion whatsoever. Okay. Well, I just thought it was odd that a religion that believes in Jesus Christ doesn't celebrate Christmas. Or, yeah, they don't celebrate Christmas. Anyway, I met a guy who was a Jehovah's Witness. Started talking to him. He really wasn't real preachy with me, but I just had questions about his religion because I didn't really know much about it other than that they go knocking door to door. And but I saw him one time at Walmart, and it was right before Christmas. And I said, "Oh, so you're all set for Christmas?" And he kind of looked at me like, we don't celebrate Christmas. I'm like, what? So, Eli, since this is your first time on the channel, this is my walk back home. That is my humble abode right there. You can kind of see how overgrown things are. This line here, all that's mine. And the trees are overgrown out toward the road. All that needs to be cleaned up. All along there is just completely overgrown out into the yard, that whole area right there. Yeah, so, and I need to cut my grass still. I had when I get up here I'll be able to show you a little bit better. Had a bunch of overgrown bushes in front of the house, and cleaned them up, and I had a pile right there. The city picks up branches. I would just pile them up and they'll come and pick them up. But I need to rake that up. I reckon I'm fixing. Yeah, all those bushes there in front of the house, and like I said, I've got a video on it. Ellie, I got a video me cutting down those bushes, but yeah, they were all, those right there in front of the door were probably a good 8 feet tall. Those were probably 10 feet tall, and I had vines growing up the side of the house. So got all that cleaned up. Still got a lot more to do. Now that it's cooler, I mean, I was doing that in like 90-degree weather. Now that it's cooler, it's easier. It's going to be easier for me to get out here more often. I've got a gas chainsaw. Raz, good morning. How are you this morning? Come in right just as I got back home. Yeah, now it's cooler, I'll be able to get out there. I was out there cutting those bushes. The first videos I put up, it was 90-something degrees out. So, didn't work long on them just because it was so daggone hot. 40 minutes. Made it back home 40 minutes from the time I started my walk, so that's not too bad. I didn't look and see what it was when I actually crossed the 2-mile point today, but I made it yesterday in 35 minutes, which is about average according to, I googled it this morning to see how long it should take a 65-year-old man to walk 2 miles, and they said between 30 and 40 minutes, so I smack dab in the middle at 35. So doing all right, doing all right. Raz, good to see you. Haven't heard from you in a little bit. Definitely good to see you. I saw that you checked out the replay yesterday. Thank you for that. Everybody make sure you double tap that screen for me. Give me a thumbs up. I got me some coffee. Back home. What's the weather like up in Minnesota, Raz? Bet you it's cold up there. Oh, 58. Wow. When I started my walk this morning, I checked and it was 57 here, so yeah, it was still, sun wasn't up yet, but yeah, it's not too cold at all compared to here. Yeah, you're actually a little bit warmer than what I am. So I got a sweatshirt on this morning. Chilly weather down here. It's supposed to be up in the 80s again. Yeah, it's foggy there. Okay. Yeah, the ground's still warm and cool air comes in and it gets foggy. So fog advisory. Okay. I remember those. I don't think I've seen one of those in a long time. Just waking up. All right. What is it? It's about 7 for you. And just before 8 for me, I guess. Quarter-mile visibility. And about the only time we lose visibility down here in Georgia is when it's raining so hard you can't see. Anybody got any big plans for today on hump day? What's the date today? Today the 10th? Somebody tell me what the date is today. Today is the 10th? Okay. Alright. So tomorrow, September 11th. It's throwing me off because you guys use Fahrenheit. Oh, okay. And you used, yeah. No idea how we use that. Well, here's the thing for me is Celsius. The only thing I know about Celsius, I know that 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 0 Celsius. And that's it. But it doesn't seem to be, maybe it's just me being an American not knowing the metric system, doesn't seem to be a equal scale. It's 12 degrees Celsius there. Okay. So what is that in Fahrenheit? That's 56? Okay. Okay, so 12 degrees Celsius is 56. Okay, so it's probably 12 or 13 degrees Celsius here for you, Eli. Or Ellie. Which one is it? Long E or short E? I don't want to call you the wrong name continually. Oh, I was talking about just Ellie. Okay. Ellie. All right. I actually have a granddaughter named Ellie. Elizabeth Joan is her name. Oh, it's a long E. Yee. Okay. Yeely? Eloise. Okay. Okay. All right. Get to know people on here, huh? I was talking about September 11th, or started talking about September 11th. I was, Ed's mom's name is Eloise. That's cool. On September 11th, 9/11, 2001, I was in the Outer Banks. We were on vacation down there, and had rented a house down there, staying close to the beach. And we were getting ready to head out for the day. And I was married then. I was waiting on my wife to get ready to go. And I turned on the TV, and yeah, I saw the first plane. Saw video of the first plane that hit the towers, and I thought, what the heck? And I was in shock of what the heck is this? And then kept watching all the different reports, and I mean, I am sitting there until I don't know, probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just watching TV. And yeah, kind of put a strain on. We still had, I think we were only in like the second or third day of our trip, and so definitely put a strain on our trip. I do remember we had like a balcony or a deck that you could see all the way to the ocean, and we were about 5 rows back. Don't get many Eds. Yeah, we were about 5 rows of houses back from the ocean, but we had a deck that I could look over the dunes and see out to the ocean. And I do remember standing out there on the deck, and there were 2 F-15 fighter jets just screaming down the beachfront. I mean, they were real. If they weren't hitting the sound barrier, they were real close to the sound barrier, and just going full throttle. And this was within a couple hours of everything happening. And I'm sure they were still trying to get airplanes down out of the sky. And yeah, I remember seeing them. I heard them coming, and yeah, when they went flying by, I mean, they were, I don't know, a couple hundred yards away, maybe 300 or 400 yards away from where I was standing. And yeah, I remember seeing them go flying down the beach. Edward is your real name. Dan, how are you? Afternoon from Romania. Like for the old guy. Appreciate you, Dan. It's good to see you in here. You saw the second plane on, I'm guessing you mean plane, on Good Morning America. Yeah, I mean, I was watching that, and yeah, it was quite a shock. Quite a shock to watch all that. And it's hard to believe now, what is that, 24 years ago? I was just barely 50 years old. No, barely 40 years old back then. Gee whiz, 41. How have you been, Dan? Haven't seen you in a little bit. It's good to see you pop in here. It's always nice to get return viewers. Yeah, we were down in North Carolina. My daughter, she was still, let's see, I think she was like 17 or 18. Trying to think. Yeah, she was 17. She was born in 80, maybe even 16. She was born late in 84. But she was up in Ohio, and we were down in North Carolina, and I guess there was an Air Force base up there, and I guess they were flying jets out of there, and there was like sonic booms going off and stuff, and they were hearing that there in Ohio, and everybody was freaking out, thinking it was explosions, thinking that they had, because the base there used to be a major target for the Russians. I don't know if it's still a major target for anybody, but it's a pretty big Air Force base, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. But everybody was scared to death that, you know, they were bombing the base. So he worked at MSP Airport 2 weeks after 9/11. It was crazy. The security there, yeah. Good afternoon. It's just in 1504, 304. Okay. Yeah, I worked at the time. I worked for DHL, which was classified as a international airline, and they basically shut everything down for them. And I was on vacation for a week at the time, and then went back, and we were still picking up freight, but we weren't transporting any of it. I think the first few days they were still transporting it to the hub for it to be sorted, but then the hub got overwhelmed because nothing was leaving. And so then they weren't flying any airplanes at all for a couple weeks, I think. And so we ended up holding the freight. We had, just military aircraft. Yeah. We had a warehouse where normally we had, like, I think 15 vans parked in that warehouse, and we couldn't park the vans in the warehouse because it was so full of freight. And yeah, it took us, once they did start flying and they opened the hub back up, it took us probably a month to get rid of all that freight. We were picking stuff up and we're telling every customer, you know, no guarantee when it's going to get there. It's going to go sit on our dock for God knows how long. That nobody even knew how long it was going to be before they started flying airplanes again. Definitely a different time, or definitely a interesting time. The country was a lot more united for about a year or so after that, but then after that when it all really started going downhill and getting more and more divided. Big change in history, absolutely. Absolutely. I think the whole world was actually kind of united, but shortly after that, or for a while after that. And there's still people that think that it's all a hoax. There's still people that think Pearl Harbor was a hoax or it was planned, so who knows? Who knows? Alright, so we're just under an hour. We're like 55 minutes, 56 minutes I've been live streaming. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this off. I do appreciate everybody coming in. We got up to 10 likes on the live stream. Okay, there's a big rock thrown into a pond. Yeah. I do appreciate everybody coming in the live stream, sticking around, chatting with me while I was out for my walk. Good to meet a few new people, see some people come back in here I hadn't seen in a little while. Dan, Ed, good to see you guys. Raz, Joe, Leo was here earlier. So yeah, it's always good. And then Ellie's new here. Definitely good to see you and meet you. So I go live every morning, probably about probably 7:10, 7:15 Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So I'll be out tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 30. 30 days in a row. All right, so you all have a fantastic day because I'm going to. Okay? Peace.